What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Dead on Dave. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys are here for your NXT review. Let's get right into it because I feel like I'm gonna die. So I feel terrible. Okay, let's get right into it. We got NXT, and usually I do it segment by segment, match by match, but I didn't feel very well. So I said, screw it, I'm just watching it, and then I would do it after if I felt well enough. Well, I do feel well enough, so here is your NXT review. We had a lot go on this episode. Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Eva Marie. So what was good, what was bad? Let's get right into it. Finn Balor starts off the show. His first appearance as NXT champion. It was pretty sweet, you know. I mean, it's nice to see him there, and he's really happy with everything that's going on for him and everything, and that's great. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more out of him. I think I'm going to be really critical because I'm just in a shitty mood, so I'm going to be really critical today. I think we need a little bit more out of Finn. I know that it was the standard, celebration type thing. He's in the suit and everything's great. I don't know. It just didn't do a lot for me. He's a great champion. I'm very looking forward to seeing him defend. But I don't know. I just would have liked to have seen something else. Maybe kick off the show with a Kevin Owens thing. I don't know. We follow that up with Eva Marie, who, God, she's gorgeous. And I thought she did a really good job in the backstage promo talking about how it's time to get this thing going. Now, as for the match, she has her first match, and it's against Cassie, who we've seen is very good. She's got a lot of raw talent. Well, more than raw. She's fairly polished. She's a damn good wrestler, it seems. And I think she's going to be one of those next NXT ladies that really does step up and take the place of some of the women who will be on their exodus very soon. As far as Eva Marie goes, she looks great coming to the ring. She looks great getting in the ring. Now, I don't want to be too hard on her because she is miles ahead of where she was. And in fact, she's getting a lot of praise from a lot of people, Mick Foley being one of them, who's coming out for her on Twitter saying she did a fantastic job, very impressive. And he's right. She has done a lot of work, and she looks very impressive in some regards. Here's the issue. She's unbelievably unathletic. Yes, not athletic, unathletic. Like, athleticism is actually a negative inside of her body. It's going away. I don't. Some people just aren't coordinated, and she seems to be one of them. We've seen it before on Total Divas where she tried to dance with Fandango. She can't do simple things, and she looks like she gets very tired very quickly. Now, she did some things very well. She storytells very, very well in the ring with her facial expressions and a lot of her movements, and she seems to have learned ring positioning. She still sets up moves very slowly. Simple things, even like an arm bar, an abdominal stretch, a grounded abdominal stretch, which doesn't look very good, by the way. It looks very bizarre. She works them very strangely. Like, it's everything's awkward. Everything is awkward with her. I'm not going to say she's horrible because I don't think she is. I don't think anything she did was horrible. She's just very awkward. And that's not necessarily a death nail. That's not necessarily the end of the world for her. She had to basically be flipped over her head, though, on that sliced bread. Cassie had to basically do the damn work for her because Eva looked completely exhausted by that point in the match. So I'm not exactly sure where she has to go from here to improve. I think it's just constant more repetition, continue working. I think she'll get somewhere where she needs to be. Unfortunately, this is the difference. She's so far behind any of the top divas right now. It's going to be impossible for her to catch up. She's more akin to Dana Brooke than anything else. Those two are very green. They have a lot of work, but they have really interesting looks and personalities that make you want to give them a chance, both Dana and Eva. In fact, I can see them becoming a team after Emma goes back up to the main roster, which I don't think she's very far away, by the way. So there's all of that happened, and I'd like to know your guys' opinion on Eva Marie, because I'm torn. I'm torn because part of me is like, God, man, what did I see? But the other's like, man, maybe you're being a little bit hard on her because everybody else is super hard on her. Hell, the entire season of Total Divas is just one long Eva Marie hate fucking, and it's terrible because it's the only person who seems sane on that show is Eva Marie. Everybody else seems like irrationally angry at her, like in this irrational manner. It doesn't really make any sense to me, but I don't know. So what did you think of that match with Eva Marie? I thought it was decent. I don't think she did anything egregiously bad. I thought it was interesting. She showed a lot of improvement from when she was in the ring before. I mean, night and day, but is it going to be enough? And there's going to be a lot of haters, but she's got to work on her athleticism, and I don't know how to do that. Maybe talk to Seth Rollins about CrossFit. But if you're not coordinated, you're not coordinated. And she might hurt herself in CrossFit. That's what I'm worried about. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, by the way, if you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that like button, because why the hell not? What else you got to do? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you get to do that, because you could be a part of the new revolution that is Dead on Dave. We're almost at 1,000 subs. We can get there with your help. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Next, we get William Regal going into his office, and Tyler Breeze just laid out on his desk, which was a little awkward. But he says he wants something big for him at the next NXT takeover. And William Regal says, I'm working on it, sunshine. I'm working on it. Tyler Breeze is like, it better be good. Well, little does he know, or I'm sure he does, Jushin Thunder Liger is going to be waiting for him at NXT Brooklyn, and that should be awesome. I'm really excited about that. Next, we got Baron Corbin against Jesus de Leon. I just say his name weird. Quick squash match. A little bit concerning that they're going back to the ultra squash matches where everyone just counts and Corbin wins with the end of day in seconds. I was hoping they were going to stretch him out and allow him to evolve, but it seems like they're going back to where he was before he had his little bit of a stumble with his first loss, and then his situation with Rhino. So I'm a little disappointed in that they're going back, but hey, we'll see what they end up doing with Corbin. Samoa Joe up next against Mike Rallis, who looks like a really good up-and-coming kid. He's got a good build on him. He looks to have some nice high-impact maneuvers, but unfortunately he's taking on the Samoan submission machine in Samoa Joe. Now, no submission in this match, but we did see was a brand new theme song, kind of, out of Samoa Joe. We heard there was going to be a brand new theme song. We were told there was going to be a brand new theme song. There was kind of a brand new theme song. Really what happened was it was the same opening and then the same next part, but they just dropped octave. That's all they did. They just dropped octave. It's like, boom, boom. They just kept that tone the whole time instead. It's better. It's clearly better than what it was. So, what do you guys think of the new Samoa Joe theme song? I personally think that whole SoCal thing isn't really for him, but I think that's something that he may have picked out, and that's why they didn't change it too much. I don't know. We'll see. As for the match, he did get the victory relatively easily. Mike Rallis got a little bit of offense in, but Samoa Joe really did just show what he was all about, and he continues to dominate and wins with the Muscle Buster. Once again, nobody gets hurt. Whew. Next up, we got Emma and Dana Brooke backstage. Emma is, talking about how proud she is of breaking Bayley's hand, keeping her out of action. Bayley's just excited to be back, of course, and we get that match, Emma and Bayley, which they gave a lot of time to, and it was a pretty damn good match. Here's my only criticism. This was an opportunity for Emma and Bayley to really have the spotlight with no other big diva on the card. No Charlotte, nothing else. In fact, because there was a very green worker in the earlier match with Eva Marie, this was a chance for Emma and Bayley to really separate themselves. I hit the bar. And I don't think they did that. It was a good match. It was perfectly fine. But I don't think it was like maybe this was by design too. Maybe they were told to not hold back, but just not really show off too much. to show up Eva. I'm not sure what that was. There was nothing wrong with the match. It was given plenty of time, and it was a fun match, and Bayley got a great ending. I don't know. I guess I'm just expecting so much more when I see these ladies, especially when there's an opportunity to really shine. And I don't think they took that opportunity. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's just, I don't know. It's my opinion. Bayley then talks about how she wants to take on Charlotte. Charlotte's backstage, and she agrees. However, Dana Brooke gets in her face and says, what about my chances? And you get all the chances in the world, Charlotte, but I want a chance. So Charlotte says, you know what? I'll take your stupid ass on next week. So we're going to see that match, Dana Brooke and Charlotte, next week on NXT. Should be interesting. Dana Brooke's going to get exposed. Then we got the Vaudevillains versus Angelo Dawkins and Sawyer Fulton. I don't know what the hell the Vaudevillains do. They're more gimmicky now than they were before, and I don't know how much I like it. I was liking the new evolution of the Vaudevillains, but when Gotch hit that dude with his foot, he did like a yoga stretch and then popped him in the face with his foot. It was kind of cool looking, also very hokey, and they ultimately get the victory fairly easily with that whirling dervish. So they get the victory, and then backstage, and one of the most interesting things of the night actually was the fact that tag team champions Blake and Murphy have a new look. I believe it's Murphy. Yeah, I think it's Murphy who has now changed his hair to almost go to a Final Fantasy VII look. It's kind of cool looking, and it's like platinum. And I love the way Alexa Bliss just runs this team. Blake and Murphy are just kind of these two immature guys that are like kind of joking on the Vaudevillains. And Bliss is like, shut it, cram it, geeks. And she's going to make sure that they walk out with the tag team champions. Alexa Bliss is becoming a star. And I like that. She really is. They're really putting her over. And I think she has a really good opportunity to lead the next generation of NXT divas once everybody else leaves. And I think that's very close to happening. Bayley is all but certain to be the next NXT champion. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Next, we get the contract signing versus Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. Some good mic work out of Kevin Owens. Nothing really memorable, nothing remarkable. Balor, I'd rather see Balor wrestle than talk, so I didn't really get a lot out of it. Eventually, Kevin Owens does get physical, flips the table, puts his hands on William Regal too, which should be interesting if there is some backlash on him for that. I think this is how they're eventually going to move Kevin Owens out of NXT, is because he's going to continue to put his hands on Regal. And Balor ends up getting the best of Owens, and Owens retreats. Now, NXT was fine. It was good. I give it about a 6.5. Not the best show for NXT, especially by NXT standards. However, not everything could be a golden goose, especially when we're coming off these high emotion events that we're seeing. Maybe the standards this week are a little bit higher because of what we saw off of Battleground and Raw. I think that's fair. At the same time, I don't know. I'm also in a really bad mood. So I don't think I could have seen 15 lesbians go at it in a friggin' Find the Tuna match, and I would not have been very entertained. I'm just not feeling it right now. I don't know. Probably because I'm trying this new stuff to detox and get all the chemicals in bed. I'm buying into the whole cleanse yourself movement, and I'm trying this lemon oil, and it makes me want to kill myself. It's absolutely terrible. I'm only a couple of bottles into this shit, and I kind of want to die. I want to die. It's awful, man. It really is. It's just, I don't know. All these toxins coming out of me through my pee, and it's just horrible. I kind of want to die. But if I don't detox and I don't take better care of myself, I will die. So you know what? I'm willing to suck it up a little bit, but don't be surprised if I complain to you every now and then, because hey, I love you guys. Anyway, Kevin Owens. Let's talk about Kevin Owens for a second. There's all this talk about Kevin Dunn possibly burying Kevin Owens because there was this hack journalism report, it was a rumor article, that's all it was, about why it looks like Kevin Owens, and this is all because Kevin Owens tapped out to John Cena. So now there's these rumors that Kevin Dunn hates Kevin Owens because he sees him as a jeopardy to his spot in the company, which, to be honest, he should, because if Kevin Owens is the success that he looks like he's going to be, Triple H is going to continue to garner more power and more leverage in Vince McMahon's ear, and there's no question when Vince is gone, Kevin Dunn is also gone because he's horrible. He's really, really horrible in most ways. We've seen this out of him before, so I don't know how hack this journalistic type article really is, but it seems very hackish, and unfortunately what it's done is rile up the internet wrestling community, the YWC, the IWC. Everyone's riled up now, and I'm getting text messages from people like, you hear this shit, they're burying Owens because Kevin Dunn is a... It's rumors. Nobody knows this for sure. There's nothing that really signifies it. I think that the weird booking with Kevin Owens has more to do with his double positioning on NXT and WWE than it does anything else. Look, the fact is, if they wanted to bury Kevin Owens, they would have never given the victory over John Cena in the first place. And another thing is, you can't have him skyrocket too fast. Now, look, if Brock Lesnar and Undertaker and all of this wasn't there, maybe you could, and it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. But when you're having a match of the magnitude of Undertaker and Brock at SummerSlam, you don't want Kevin Owens to get lost or feel like he's being shoved down people's throats. Either one of those are bad. One, we've seen before, getting overshadowed can really take a lot out of your own momentum. And the second one could be even worse, getting shoved down somebody's throat, a la Roman Reigns, which is a very good comparable because Roman Reigns had a rocket up his ass because everybody was supporting him. Everybody. Roman Reigns, before the whole Royal Rumble debacle, like months before that, he was one of the hottest guys in the company. But the second that he was starting to feel forced down our throats, we turned. And the same thing could happen to Kevin Owens. Now, a lot of people will be like, no, he's too good for that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Doesn't matter how good somebody is. The fact is, his look is not what we normally would see. So there's always excuses to turn on a guy, especially if we feel like he's being forced down our throats. Hell, it's only been 2 weeks since the Divas situation, and I'm already hearing people talk about they're forcing the Divas. They're putting it on us. They're forcing it down our throats. Do you think they're doing too much? What the hell are you talking about? This is what everybody's been wanting. This is what everyone's been clamoring for. But that's how fickle the wrestling community is. It's actually rather disgusting because nobody's ever happy. So I say pump the brakes on the whole Kevin Owens talk. Let the situation develop, and let's see where this goes. Let's get past SummerSlam. Kevin Owens has a huge match at NXT. We have to figure out where he's going and what brand he is really going to be representing and where they want to go after SummerSlam. Kevin Owens isn't going anywhere as far as out of that main area. Maybe it's time to think about putting the Intercontinental strap on him for the time being. That's not a bad place to go with him. But he's walking out of matches right now, and I don't know if that's a build to something else, but we'll see. Other than that, that's all I got. I'm going to go lay down in agony and anguish because I'm unbelievably tired and I'm really grumpy. So I hope you all enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoyed NXT. Let me know what you guys thought about in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the wonderful channel that is Dead on Dave Productions. Also check out my boy Tommy C over at Shopping the Point for all your hockey news. And Joe Cronin, the Joe Cronin Show, my good friend, my partner, the guy that I tag team with very often, every single Monday Night Raw, directly after we do a review over at the Joe Cronin Show, as well as after every pay-per-view. We also do a couple other shows. We did a crazy show the other night, another Dickheads After Dark, whatever you want to call it, and of course State of WWE every single weekend, and Monetize This every Friday night. So make sure you check all that stuff out. And like and subscribe to his channel as well. 16,000 people almost. Can't be wrong. Other than that, that's all I got. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.